Each episode of Breaking Bad is chock full of extremely emotional and tense moments. From conflicts that build up over the course of an entire season, to climactic scenes where characters may or may not meet their untimely fate. Breaking Bad is littered with intense moments that never fail to blow our minds.
Walter White? You got me.
Welcome to The Rewind. Today, we'll be counting down the top 10 Breaking Bad moments. Before we begin, make sure to give this video a like and hit the subscribe button for good luck. Number 10. Walt watches Jane die. Jane is one of the show's smartest characters and one of the few brave enough to stand up to Walt after finding out he's withholding money from Jesse. At one point, Walt finds Jane and Jesse passed out on the floor after what seems to be a heroin binge. Jane rolls on her back, unable to breathe, suffocating in her own vomit. Walt could easily save her here, but since Jane's been causing trouble for his business, he decides to watch her die instead. Number 9. Jesse shoots Gale.
Take whatever you want.
After Walt finds out that Gus plans to kill him and Jesse once Gale is able to cook Heisenberg's blue meth on his own, Walt sends Jesse to take Gale out. The guilt that a person inevitably carries around after executing a hit job is rarely explored in TV shows. However, we see one of the most realistic depictions of these emotions after Jesse shoots and kills Gale. Aaron Paul's brilliant and emotionally charged performance really conveys the guilt and shame that Jesse feels after killing a man in cold blood.
You don't have to do this.
Number 8. Skyler attacks Walt.
Skyler.
Get out!
In the last few episodes of the series, a lot of major plot lines come to a head and things get heated. One such moment includes a scene in which Skyler waves a knife at Walter right in front of their children as a means to threaten him. Walt is shocked after Skyler actually slashes his hand. He had just assumed she was bluffing. The two break out in a gut-wrenching fight in which either one of them could have easily been killed. They both survive the altercation, which quickly leads to the number 2 most shocking moment on our countdown.
What the hell is wrong with you? We're a family!
Number 7. Walt's first kill. Breaking Bad's pilot episode is arguably one of the greatest pilot episodes of all time. The episode introduces us to the rich cast of characters and the concept of the chemistry teacher termed meth cook. By the end of the episode, Walt officially becomes a murderer, seeing how the person he killed was trying to kill him. Walt's first murder was truly in self-defense. That being said, it's still a jaw-dropping moment and just one of the many heinous acts Walt goes on to commit throughout the series. Number 6. Walt turns himself in, then changes his mind. After a conversation with his son, Walt decides to turn himself in, believing he has nothing else to live for. Walt almost goes through with his decision. However, he changes his mind at the last second after watching Gretchen and Elliot talking about him in an interview with Charlie Rose.
The sweet, kind, brilliant man that we once knew. Long ago, he's gone.
Number 5. Todd kills a child.
No! No! No!
Walt, Jesse, and company successfully hijack a ton of methylamine from a cargo train. The gang has all the methylamine they need with little to no repercussions. That is, until they realize that a child on a dirt bike saw the whole thing. Without giving it a second thought, Todd pulls out a gun and shoots the child in cold blood. Walt is furious with Todd for making such an inhumane decision, but in Todd's defense, the child could have potentially become a major problem had they let him live.
I didn't want to kill him. You gotta believe that. You know, at the end of the day, it was him or us, and I chose us. And I would do it again.
Number 4. Hank finds Heisenberg.
To WW, my star, my perfect silence.
Walt built his meth empire right under Hank's nose for over 5 seasons, but that all comes crashing down when a major bombshell is dropped and Hank finally starts putting the pieces together. The end result is nothing short of thrilling. Finally realizing that the notorious Heisenberg is none other than his very own brother-in-law, Hank arrests Walt after luring him out into the desert. Unfortunately for Hank, this arrest is cut short by the arrival of Uncle Jack and his band of neo-Nazis.
How do we know you're cops? Show us some ID.
Number 3. Gus loses half his face.
A crippled little rata. What a reputation to leave behind.
In the season 4 finale episode entitled Face Off, the conflict between Walt and Gus comes to an explosive climax. After making a deal with Hector to lure Gus into his nursing home, Walt plants a bomb on Hector's chair, which blows up half of Gus's face. Suddenly, the episode's name takes on a literal meaning, and we see Gus calmly adjust his tie before he drops dead. Number 2. Walt kidnaps Holly.
Please, no! 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 Let her go! You can't take her!
Ozymandias is the series' emotional climax before its grand finale. This is the same episode that includes the aforementioned knife fight between Skyler and Walt. After Walt and Skyler's confrontation, the White family is irreparably destroyed. Walt realizes this and decides to grab his infant daughter Holly and drive away with her. He later has a change of heart and decides to drop her off at a nearby fire station. But for a brief moment, Walt really kidnapped his own daughter.
No! Walt! Please, no! Walt!
Number 1. Walt Jr.'s personal message.
Wait, son.
No, what you did to Mom, you asshole. You killed Uncle Hank.
Listen to me. You've got to listen to me.
Just shut up.
Despite all of the climactic events that take place during the final season, the most jaw-dropping of all comes from the penultimate episode, Granite State, in which Walt has one final conversation with his son, Walt Jr. Walt apologizes for everything that he's put his son through and even gives Walt Jr. a way to access Walt's money. Unfortunately for Walt, his son is not interested in this peace offering. Walt Jr. even goes so far as to tell his father to just go off and die.
Why don't you just die already? Just die.
What do you think of our list? Before you leave, don't forget to give this video a like and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Check out these other videos from the Rewind, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss another video again.